Hi, everyone, and welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Our producer is Nick Steffens. Our publisher is Matt Bryant, and we're part of the Southeast Iowa Union. Happy Friday. Right now it's 72 degrees. It's a beautiful day. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I found $20 on the ground yesterday, so that was pretty fun.
That is fun. Where was that at?
Just like on the sidewalk downtown Mount Pleasant. I was walking to get Mexican food and found it.
And there wasn't a person wandering around in a circle looking for it?
There wasn't. I checked. I did look around. It was like outside of a storefront, so I was.
Okay. That is.
I did check.
Congrats. I am exhausted. I mentioned I had the privilege to cater two huge events yesterday. I'm still kind of in a delirium, but one is for teachers. It was Hills Bank, and they do like a financial literacy thing. They talk about this card that gives back, and that was fun. The other was for Bazooka Farm Star. They had an open house, did a demo of their products, and it was like on the Live After 5 ribbon cutting for their new facility. So shout outs to that, and also, that's my update. Oh, and going to Milwaukee for a wedding, so very excited. Our guest later today is Millie Youngquist. We're going to talk about Iowa Great Places. We're going to talk about the Performing Arts and Event Center schedule and a little bit of her background and how she landed in Washington, Iowa. Very much looking forward to that, and thanks to Millie for coming in today. Let's do our usual. We've got the police report and the almanac. I mentioned the weather. It's beautiful. What do we have? We'll start with the 17th. We're printing it a little different, so I can just breeze by the highlights. There was 48 calls for service since we last spoke. 8 were traffic, so that's back up in the leading. 5 for animal, 5 for warrants, 4 fire on this go, 3 for trespass, and doubles and singles the rest of the way down the list. Caller advised a male subject is dumpster diving. The subject is male and wearing a maroon sweatshirt. Unable to locate.
I can't believe that's illegal.
I know
I feel like we should just let people. They want the trash, another man's treasure. Let him do it.
Appreciate your philosophy. More serious, caller advised a Buick almost hit him as he was driving northbound on Highway 218. The Buick then got off Highway 218, went east on 135th. Caller wanted to remain anonymous, so you are. 92.8 responded, unable to locate. I drove a Buick. I'm a fan. Civil issue, gravel road east, traffic accident, no injuries. Car park, lots of cars in front of mailboxes. Report that the neighbor kids have been coming up onto her ramp here in Washington. 102 responded. We'll provide extra patrol. I assume that's like a ramp that's
like a wheelchair ramp, or I can't think of anything else.
Loose doggy. What else do we have?
I think I might have saw that loose dog on my way home from work.
3 other loose dogs.
Well, because it was like kind of walking down the sidewalk.
What kind of dog did you see?
It was a very small one.
I think that one, that Jack Russell, is later in the next report.
Oh, okay.
Lots of vehicle complaints in this go. Truck and trailer, vehicle sitting in a garage, female, different thing, but female sitting in a vehicle asking customers to go into the store and buy her items. When 9220 responded, the female was gone upon the arrival. Missing vehicle, disabled vehicle. This one's interesting. Caller reports she left her cell phone on the bandstand and she knows who took it. 105 and 103 responded. We'll review the camera footage. Caller called back advising she located her phone in the area of the bandstand in the grass. So it sounds like someone tossed it. Loose cows, again. Between the cows and the bats, that's kind of been a theme. Caller reports hearing a female voice yelling, "Help me." Officers checked the area and were unable to locate anything.
You know what though?
It reminds you of the guy with the tape recording, remember, that was playing?
Well, no, because this happened to my mom back in like a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's actually a fox in distress. When they yelp, it sounds like a woman saying, "Help me."
I did not know that.
When my mom and dad like first started dating, she like called them as like, "Hey, this woman's being like attacked outside."
And it was a fox in distress.
Yeah.
Well, this was in the East Polk area. There is some wooded. Oh, good to know. So it could have been a fox.
Yes.
What else do we have? A bat in the kitchen. Juveniles at the bandstand causing trouble. Officers out on a subject. And then finally, dark-colored car with Florida plates driving at a very low speed, does not have any taillights on. Caller almost hit the vehicle. 9213 responded, located the vehicle at Come and Go. Subject forgot to turn the lights on in the rental car.
Florida, am I right?
It was a rental car. Been there. Do you drive rental cars nicely?
Well,
With love and respect?
I've just been like legally able to get a rental car for like a year ago.
Oh, that's
so
right.
like I just haven't had a chance.
I love having a rental car. You probably don't want to buy any of the rental cars that I've driven. No, we were talking about driving earlier. I'm a good driver. Just got the one accident. 2 loose dogs in the alley near Alliant. One dog is a black lab. The other is a small brown dog. I don't know where you saw sorry, I have something in my eye, but I don't know if these were your dogs.
I think it's Washington Street is where I saw it.
Okay, and this would have been not that. Vehicle in the parking lot, vehicle in the street. We have just a few more to review before we do our almanac and have our guest. Caller advice: the subject is in the parking lot yelling at people as they are coming into the building. 112 and 111 responded. The subject left the parking lot. We did have another gas smell outside a building and out back. A maroon Ford Escape all over the roadway. Caller reports male subject is throwing things and out of control. He will not leave. Officers responded. Male subject left. This was down the road. We had a jail arrest. We had a son not home by curfew. Pretty, nothing cray-cray. Well, this one was rough, actually. Okay. We have two more to highlight here. Vehicle stop in Riverside. Arrest. Cedar Rapids. Offense, driving while barred, ×8. Wanted out of Lynn County for failure to appear for minimus, ×5. For theft 3rd, theft 4th, and 3 charges of theft 5th. We've got all the numbers of bad when I just read through it. And then finally we had a sewer drain cover that the lid was off on East 6th and South 2nd. Hit it in the Ford Taurus. His tire is flat. Unknown of more damage to his vehicle. 103 responded. No other damage. The hole was about 8 inches in diameter. The lid was placed back on the hole. That is rough. I feel bad.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That'd be terrifying too, just going along and then all of a sudden hitting that huge hole in the ground.
Do you think of the horror story, like Chicago? I think there's potholes the size of vehicles that'll just...
Oh yeah, I mean, I just, a couple months ago was driving through, you had to swerve in and out.
Well, that's the police report. What's our almanac situation today, Nick?
It's a good day to begin a diet to lose weight. I'll do another one of my 5-day diets. I do have a wedding coming up in like a month and a half.
Where's yours at?
It's going to be just across the river in Illinois, Biggsville. And
you already got COVID at the last wedding. So
yeah, so now I got the antibodies and I'm good.
Well, that'll be nice. I have a wedding this weekend too. I'm very much looking forward to Josh and Jen in Milwaukee. That's the plan. I get to officiate. This is number 14 for me. Okay, I digress. Do we have anything else before we go to break?
Are there any...
birthday shout-outs. I have 2 things. I hope you're still with us, listeners, and thank you for listening. If you haven't, please like and follow. If you have a birthday shout-out, put that in the chat. You can email it to washialive@gmail.com. And finally, we're looking for a host for a sports show. I mean, I could do it, I guess, but I might, no. Probably not but we're looking for a coach's host, a sports show host. If that's you or you know someone that would be a good fit to host that category of show, hey, throw that idea out there, send an email. We'd like to hear it. We thank our advertisers as well. If you'd like to advertise, you talk to Julie here at the Southeast Iowa Union. You're watching Washington Live. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Stick around after the break with Millie Youngquist on the docket.
At Ace, we're eager to assist you with all your shopping needs. Whether that be finally painting that room, getting ready for the next hunting season, or upgrading your bathroom. Whatever it may be, we'll make sure you get what you need.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Bring the kids and share the memories from steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Maybe your memories are of great food from the North Village to the Log Village, or learning how to square dance over at the dance barn. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2022 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 1st through 5th in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Hey Vina, how long should socks be?
I don't know.
12 inches so you can put a foot in them.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. I'm joined by our producer, Nick Steffens, and our guest today, Millie Youngquist. Hi, Millie.
Hi.
Thank you for coming and joining us today. Appreciate that.
I'm happy to.
So we're going to talk about Iowa Great Places. We're going to talk about the Performing Arts and Events Center. But before we do that, just in case people don't know, we've known each other for a while. I went to school with your daughter, Heather. Hi, Heather. How long have you been in Washington, and how have you spent your time in Washington? What's your background and history?
The way I got to Washington was I was born here. So I've lived here basically all my adult life. And for about 32 years, I taught vocal music at the junior high school in Waco, which was in Wayland, Iowa.
Sure.
So, my time and energies were spent with my job and doing all kinds of things, directing musicals, doing performances of contests and concerts and honor choirs. And I retired from that 10 years ago.
That is hard to believe. It's been 10 years already. That's
it's
wonderful.
already been 10 years. And I kind of did a little bit of change in careers. I am the executive director for the Community Foundation of Washington County.
Yeah, we have lots of things we could talk about. We've narrowed it down
right.
today. But.
I decided about 6 years ago to throw my hat into the ring and to run for city councilor.
Which I enjoy working with you on that. That's
I have
great.
really learned a lot, and I really do enjoy it. And in that position, I am the chair of the Hotel Motel Committee, and I was involved in getting the Great Places application ready and made, and we finally achieved our success.
Well, you are retired, but you are busy. And
Yes.
then your partnership is also perfect. You mentioned being a music educator for 35 years. Of course, your husband, Bob Youngquist, my music teacher. Did you retire at the same time?
He actually retired 2 years before I did.
2 years before. But what a perfect pairing as you both served in those roles.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about, let's start with the Performing Arts and Events Center
Okay.
first, because we have a schedule, we have information that we can put in the chat. This is what neat. We have a beautiful, beautiful auditorium, which of course your husband and yourself very involved in making that come to fruition. Part of those dollars that came from Vision Iowa and from donations and from tax dollars. It's the high school auditorium, but there are 6 or 7 events throughout the year. How many are there?
Actually, 5 official, but
5
then
official.
we'd add other events. Sometimes they're just free will donations. But we have, one of the things with Vision Iowa was that we had to offer a performing arts series, something that we bring events in. And for this year and last year, we collaborated with the Washington Concert Association, which has a 50-plus year history in Washington of bringing events in. So rather than duplicate our efforts, we decided to work together, and it's worked very well.
Now, across the state, on some of the things that I'm involved with, they talk constantly about, like, how can you bring 2 boards together? And sometimes that's a really hard thing. And I think this is an example of a great thing. Because, like you said, Washington Concert Association, over 50 years. Washington Performing Arts and Events Center Board, newer with the new auditorium, but to work together, there's awesome value in the shows. And let's talk about that. What does a season ticket cost to go to 5 polished performances of a great variety? What's it look like for an investment?
The season tickets cost $60, and that's an adult price. Students this
That's like
year...
$12 a show, basically.
Right,
Yeah.
and these are events that are coming from, all different areas. Some are more local, but then many of them are from outside of the state. And students this year are free. We're making, so
Awesome.
any student K through 12 from any school district can come And, the adults have to pay $20 for individual concerts, but students are free. We're really reaching out and trying to give students opportunities.
I think that is wonderful, and we will put that in the chat. I don't know if you clicked anything up while we were talking. You did not? No worries, but we'll put that in the chat so you can go to the website and see what the shows are. Would you share what do we have on the lineup for this season? Because I don't remember.
Well, WashingtonAuditorium.org is our website.
That's
and
what we'll put.
My husband Bob does the website, and he does a great job in keeping things up to date. You can purchase individual tickets. You can run off a form and send a check in for our season tickets there. And we have, our first group is on September 12th. It's Backtrack Vocals. It's an a cappella vocal ensemble that
Those
does.
seem to be very popular.
They
I still
are.
get some texts from a couple of the, so Backtrack, say it again?
Backtrack Vocals.
Backtrack Vocals,
So it's Monday,
September
September 12th. Another group we're very excited about is the Okie Dokie Brothers. They're coming on Sunday afternoon, October 9th. This is a group from Minnesota. They're not brothers, but they're two young men that grew up together, and they do all kinds of songs. It's kind of a bluegrass style music, actually, and they do songs all about outdoors, getting outdoors. They've taken things like canoe trips down the Mississippi River and filming things.
It's like Lewis and Clark, right? They went up the river,
yeah,
I suppose.
well,
And
yeah.
This is not important.
And they walk the Appalachian Trail, and it's all about, getting back to nature and connecting, and it's very
Okay.
family friendly. So that's in October. Then we go.
We will put these on our calendar and shout
So,
them out.
yes.
We like to bring relevant news to our viewers, and so we'll have to shout
and then
these out
there's
as they come.
3 more for 2023.
What are the 3, real?
They are Parallel Exit, which is kind of a vaudeville trio with music, comedy, dance.
Okay.
Pandalirium, which is the steel drum ensemble from the University of Iowa.
That will be fun.
Steel drums, you
Super
think
cool.
of the Caribbean, and yeah, it's very fun. And then in April, we are hosting Opera Iowa, which is an offshoot of the Des Moines Metro Opera. It's their educational component. They tour the state in the spring, giving performances. They do workshops and work with high school kids, work with elementary, do an elementary little mini opera, and then in the evening, they're doing a performance of Beauty and the Beast. And it's not the Disney version, but it's a newly composed music. But these are excellent young performers,
Very
that
cool.
young artists that are with them, and it's going to be a wonderful show.
Well, and a lot of work goes into picking these shows. There's kind of something for everyone, and it's narrowed down, and then some things get moved to the next year. But great value, WashingtonAuditorium.org. We'll throw that in the chat so you can see what's going on. And when we have those events pop up, we'll shout them out.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
would be happy to do that. Let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
To the Iowa Great Places and that designation. Oh my goodness, years and years and years in the making. Why don't you give a little background, and I'll just kind of fill in as
Okay.
as it
Well,
fits.
back in 2005, when the program started, Washington was one of the first to apply.
Yes.
And the application procedure was a lot different then. We had people come to our community. I wasn't involved with this then, but they looked at what we were doing and they said, you really need to be a Main Street community, because that
was
brings...
the advice they gave.
They gave that advice, and then a year or two later, they applied for that program, and now we've been a Main Street community, and that's done incredible things to our downtown and reinvesting in the downtown and businesses and all kinds of partnerships.
I think you know this. The original group that applied and put that effort in, even though we weren't designated in 05, that group is the coffee group that I attend,
that's right.
Wednesdays at 9 when I go and then leave early, and they call them the Great Places Coffee Group, and we try
do they?
to talk about good things, and it all stemmed from that original kind of steering committee that applied.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people in Washington that are passionate about our community and about many different aspects of our community. And several years ago, talking with people in town, they said, one thing we could do is to become a great place. It's, there are about now 55, I believe, locations, either counties or cities or even specific areas of cities that are designated as these great places. And
with that, so I think there's 2 benefits, and maybe there's more that I'm missing, but there's both the putting that on the radar, and then there's a financial benefit as well, because it alternates between a designation cycle and a grant cycle. So we there were some delays because this has it been 2 years in the works?
2 years that we've been working on it.
Because we were almost going to be in a designation cycle, but they kind of reversed and they did a grant cycle. So that delayed our application. Now we're designated. And then there's a financial benefit where the Department of Cultural Affairs, I think it's between $200,000 and $320,000 might be an average grant, and that'll help us do a project. And I don't know that we've identified that project yet.
We haven't. There are some that are out there kind of in the future, a little bit undecided as of yet. So we haven't really applied. You have a 10-year window where you are designated for 10 years, and then after that you need to apply for redesignation. So it's not just like, okay, we're a great place, we can sit back and do nothing. No, we have to keep working on these goals, and within that 10-year period, we can receive a grant.
That's right.
And
we can throw this in the chat as well, and you should go to that website. There's lots of great places in Iowa, and we'll put that Iowa Great Places website right in the chat as well. So if you're watching, you can just look at the comments and click that. Good.
So we can get the grant, we can use this Great Place logo in our signage. There's meetings that we can participate in and technical assistance we can get. And there's also other extra grant points that we can receive in some state grant programs because we are a great place.
So lots of intricacy in it, but all worth the effort because it was a big deal. A lot of work went into this Great Places designation, and how thankful we are to have received it. We're gonna go to a break real quick, and then when we come back, we'll pick up where we left off. We'll cover anything that we missed, and might ask about the Community Foundation as well. I think it'd be great to just plug exactly what that is. Thanks to our guest, Millie Youngquist. Stick around after the break to Washington Live. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. We'll see you in just a moment.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
For many, farmland holds more than financial value. It holds emotional value. Whether your farm has been in your family for generations or it's an investment, we recognize the importance of your relationship with your land. At Hertz Farm Management, we have been serving landowners in Iowa for over 75 years. At Hertz, we bring a personal and knowledgeable approach to helping customers manage, buy, sell, or appraise farms. We invite you to visit our Washington office and partner with someone you can trust.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. I'm joined in the studio by Millie Youngquist. We've been talking about Iowa Great Places, the Performing Arts Center. We're going to just touch on the Community Foundation of Washington County, one of the other hats that Millie wears, and play the birthday game. Thank you for watching. We're also looking for a sports show host. I shouted this out earlier, but if you're joining now and you have an idea or you're the one, reach out, put it in the chat, send an email. You can email anything to washialive@gmail.com. So Millie, we talked about two of the hats, actually many of them, but talk about this other hat, Community Foundation of Washington County. Can you share there's so many that you can confuse them. What's this one? What's it do?
The Community Foundation of Washington County we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. There is a community foundation in every county in Iowa. And the purpose of that is to set up permanent endowments. That is taking money either from the nonprofits themselves or donors giving to a nonprofit and capture that money. There's something called the, where people who
It's
are
kind
now...
of a legacy thing too,
Yes,
right? Because
it is
your
a-
money isn't like you write a check and then poof, it's gone. It's like you just said, an endowment, so it builds and then continues to give. Am I correct? Am I on
Yes,
the right vein?
I kind of like to think of, what are 3 things you can do with your money? You can spend it, you can save it, or you can give it away. And by putting the money into a permanent endowment, you can do all 3 things at one time.
Oh, I see.
Because
That's
you're
very good.
saving it, it's invested, earning money. You are giving it away because the distributions, the money that comes every year from that endowment goes to benefit the nonprofit cause of your choosing. And obviously you're giving it away because someone else is benefiting from it. And there's tax advantages to all of that
Of
too.
course. And is there a website for the community foundation?
Yes, it's CF Washington County, spelled out, .org.
We will put that in the chat as well. So you have 3 links to click on the 3 categories that we
Right.
discussed today. Appreciate you being on.
Sure.
Again, we could do multiple shows on these multiple things.
Right.
But we are reaching our time, so we're going to play the birthday game. Millie was asking on the break, wait, what are we doing now? And birthday shout-outs. If you have a birthday shout-out, you can always send it in the chat. Anniversary, local events in the chat or email. I have 4 on my list. Tony Caldwell, Caleb Wise, Nick Graff, and Andrew Vogel are friends of mine that have birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Millie has a birthday on August 23rd. And will you be in Scotland on your birthday?
I'll be in England.
In England. Scotland and England. I'm just going to Milwaukee. It's not quite as close. How long will you be gone?
About a month.
Oh, that's wonderful. I travel. Yeah, you guys really do it well.
Well, thanks. It's fun. We enjoy it.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Birthday game. Caleb?
Caleb.
You're not Caleb. No idea where that came from. Nicholas? Oh, gosh. Take it away.
So the birthday game is I put a celebrity up on the screen, and you have to guess their age. If you're within 3 years, you get a point. If you get it right on, it's 2 points. So
Okay.
this one is a very 90s themed.
All right.
First up, we have John Stamos.
All right. Oh, I see. All 3 are 90s. Okay. Would you like to go first?
I think he's older than he looks.
All right.
I think he's 58.
58. I will go then to, I'll go 60. We'll just throw it out there. I don't know that he's there
You
yet.
guys split it. He's 59.
Hey, we both get a
So
point.
both get a
Okay.
point there.
I'm actually not very good at this game either. It's not always great. Who else do we have?
Next up, we have Matthew Perry from TV series Friends.
sure.
I've heard of it, yes.
I don't
Have you
know.
seen Friends? Have you watched an
I've seen
episode?
Friends.
My gosh, I've seen all of them.
He looks older than he is. He's
Oh, okay.
just
Yeah, it's
a
a
youngin'.
Wow.
I'll go first then.
Okay.
I'll go 46. Oh, I think he's probably older than that, though. But
I'll go 47.
Okay.
he is 53.
Oh, we're both
So
off.
he is him.
I
So I
should've
don't get
guessed
any points
higher.
for that one?
No,
we both don't.
Oh, darn.
You're tied. I like a good tie.
Okay.
So
I know the next.
The last
Oh,
one is
Bill
former
Clinton.
President Bill Clinton. He was president when I was born. I'm not that young. I know what Friends was.
Wow.
I misspeak,
No.
Caleb. Okay, I'm sorry.
Caleb.
I know. I'm just yes. Would you like to go first? We should know this, right?
I say 80.
80. Okay. I want to guess 90 just to be obnoxious, but I know it's not there.
Well, this is
I'll
his
do 80.
Twitter profile picture, and I think he airbrushed it slightly.
Yeah, he looks pretty good there.
82. I will go.
He is only 76.
So
We.
we both did
So
poorly.
each got 1 point. So that's another tie.
I do like
Okay.
tying, but we
Okay.
have not trinkets. I'm told they're trophies.
We could do a tiebreaker.
Do you have one
sure.
ready?
How old is Al Roker? His birthday is this weekend.
All right. So Al Roker, birthday weekend.
Oh.
I remember that from the
He's-
show, and he lost a bunch of weight. He had gastro bypass or something.
His is on the 20th, so tomorrow. His birthday is tomorrow.
Is he still on the air? Still?
I think he is.
I'm not sure. Would you like to guess first?
Oh, 75.
And I'll do 72.
He's actually only 67, so you guys both don't get points. So.
Well, we are killing it today on the birthday game.
Oh, dear.
Still a tie. Still a
dear.
tie.
Well, we're going to close out our show. Thank you again, Millie, for
You're
joining
so
us.
welcome.
We're going to put all that information in the chat so you can dive in and see what we discussed. Thank you for watching. Join us on Monday. I will be gone. Guest host Todd Patterson will be here with guest Amy Martin on Monday's show. You're watching Washington Live. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. We're powered by KCTC. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.